People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. John Maxwell. Connecting with our athletes is a critical part of building strong and lasting relationships. While most coaches simply show up, deliver a session, and then go home, great coaches understand the importance of investing extra time to find ways to better connect with their athletes, knowing that this extra time will yield a much higher likelihood of success in their athletes' training. When asking coaches how they connect with their athletes, we often hear responses like, know the athletes, give them positive feedback, create a friendly feeling and atmosphere, or get excited to get the athletes excited. While these are all good points, connecting with your athletes can be summed up as simply as this: know your athletes. To know your athletes means that you have established a relationship that allows you to more effectively individualize and customize your message in order to consistently motivate your athletes to perform. Let's take a look at a simple 6-step approach to ensuring that you are building rapport with your athletes. The approach can be remembered by the acronym LISTEN. The LISTEN approach is a tool that performance coaches can use to ensure that they are constantly building and establishing rapport with their athletes throughout the session. Now, let's take a look at what each letter of the LISTEN approach stands for. The first step is L for listen. It is through listening that we prove to our athletes that we care about their thoughts, feelings, and opinions. How often do you stop and listen to what your athletes have to say when they're conversing during a session or during a break? Do you make it a point to really stop and listen? Or do you simply move on because you feel it is not important? Listening is not something that we simply do with our ears. We should always be listening to what our athletes have to say by watching their body language, mannerisms, and movements throughout the session. Listening to what your athletes say is a simple rapport-building action that you must be sure to utilize at every session. Next is I for inquire. We inquire by asking questions. How many times have you jumped into a session and just started coaching, forgetting to deliver an opening ritual, or to just stop and have a brief conversation with your athletes? Questions are tools that we can use as performance coaches to inquire about the thoughts and feelings of our athletes. By inquiring, we can better understand what is important to them, as well as to learn how we can more effectively coach each individual athlete to success. S is for smile. Body language definitely matters when we're trying to establish rapport. Ensure that you're using your smile throughout the session to communicate to your athletes that you're all having fun together. A smile is a tool that demonstrates a positive environment, as well as disarming any bad energy or negativity. T is for transfer energy. Whatever attitude you bring to your session will most surely multiply with your athletes. Establishing rapport is about connecting and engaging your athletes. This means that your body language and energy must display a fun and exciting session to come. Transfer energy by utilizing your tone of voice, clapping gestures, and movement so that you can ensure that your excitement is centered on each athlete. E is for eye contact. Maintaining eye contact ensures that your athletes know you're engaged in the session at hand and that you are aware of their performance. Failing to maintain eye contact can show the athlete that you either do not care about them or that you are uninterested in what's taking place in the current session. Make sure that you are using eye contact as a positive tool in your coaching arsenal. N is for name usage. Do you know the name of each one of your athletes? If the answer is no, then you have some homework to do. There's never any excuse for failing to call an athlete by his or her name. Surveys show that a person's most important word in the English language is their name. Demonstrating that you know your athletes starts with knowing their names. Make this a habit you never break. So remember to listen to your athletes. LISTEN, a powerful acronym that you have to commit to your long-term memory. Listen, inquire, smile, transfer energy, eye contact, and name usage. You can do it if you commit to it. It will help you build rapport and connect with each one of your athletes. It will help you conduct sessions that are high in energy and enthusiasm. And it will have you on your way to ensuring that you not only know the athletes you train, but that you prove to them that you care about them as well. From caring comes courage. Lao Tzu.